Hi, welcome to the Venice Art Crawl, 10th anniversary. Here's take 2 of Irma Hawkins, and a longtime resident of Venice Beach. And her latest work is painting on palm tree fronds. And Irma will walk you through her process.
Okay, I start by using palm fronds that everybody sees in front of their house after a windstorm. And these are some of the things that I make with them. This is a Shiva, and I'm going to cross in front of you so I can show you. These are mainly about the COVID and just the experience that I've been having, and probably everybody has been having. You know, just thinking about the crisis and having to go inward and figure it all out, what's happening. And this next one is kind of a Buddha figure that I started making, and it's of George Floyd. And this is about the sadness that we experience, or the crying, the tears, the kind of unrelenting sadness of our situation as it is. And this one's a Christ figure. I got some rose thorns for his crown, and I've been studying painting with Michael Siegel. I don't know if any of this shows up, but the eyes I like on him, they kind of feel sad to me, kind of forlorn, not much hope there, but hopefully we all pull out of this. This is one of the first COVID masks I made because I was hoping that people would wear masks, and it was kind of a wake up. I hoped for people that if a mask can wear a mask, so can I. And I put this one out in front of my house, kind of with a wink and a smile for people to wear masks. And this one hasn't been coated or anything. She's just really raw. I get a lot of my materials in the 99-cent store.
Tell us where you studied art, Irma.
I went to University of Colorado and got a Bachelor of Fine Art. And I've been studying all along, taking drawing classes. And as I said before, with Michael Siegel, who's a very kind of Renaissance teacher, teaches the basics.
Have you studied primarily in the U.S. or have you studied abroad as well?
Well, it was kind of fun. One year, Michael was teaching a workshop in Paris, and I went to Paris, and out on the 20th arrondissement, there was a studio, and he had models, and we painted there. So, just here. I'm a homegrown artist.
And you're originally from Vermont?
Yes.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier that has a big influence on you as far as nature?
Yeah, these are very disturbing to me. I don't usually do a lot of serious and sad art, but that's the time that we're living in, I believe. That people are rising up and making us understand that they matter, that Black lives matter, that we matter.
And can you tell people a little bit about your technique?
I use a sign painter paint, Ronin paint, and this paint would last outside for probably 5-10 years if a sign painter used it. We would expect the sign that they made for a grocery store or would last, and the paint will last. Let me show you some of the things that I'm working on, new ones. I'm trying to figure out how to have a horn, you know, like a Miles Davis sculpture. And she's kind of a happy young lady with a headdress on. And here's her boyfriend. He's kind of a real... He has his own character. It's kind of fun to see how many characters you can get out of the palm fronds. So thank you very much for looking at my art.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the technique. How many coats of paint do you use, for instance?
Well, first I kind of scrape off all the nature stuff that happens on palm fronds, and then I sand them down, and then I undercoat them just like you're preparing a canvas for painting, and then I put an undercoat and an overcoat, and then I begin painting as you would with the canvas.
And which part of the painting do you have a tendency of doing last? Is it the emotions? Do you stand back and look at the palm frond at a certain point and finish with the eyes or finish with the emotions? What's your process?
No, I just do everything at once. You know, if you see a orangey, the paint dries really fast, so I have to work really fast. So, like, it dries in a minute. So if I see orange, you know, it happens really fast. So if I'm working with brown, I do the browns. It's totally because of the paint. It isn't like an oil paint where you can work for a long period of time.
Can somebody would like to see a close-up of the Miles Davis one that you're working on?
Miles, where'd you go, Miles?
Bring Miles over here.
Okay, we want an encore for Miles.
Here we go.
I'm still working on him. But a trumpet. Fortunately, you only need 3 fingers. He's not missing one. And
can you tell us a little bit of what you were working on, what materials you were working with before this palm frond series?
I usually work with steel. I cut people and I cut animals out of 4x8 sheets, 5x8 sheets of steel, and I try to do them as realistic as I can, and they come out very primitive looking. Thank you. But I've done a series of Hawaiian women, of dogs, of plants, and various. I did my first series was with tarot characters. I did the Hermit. I did Temperance. I did the Fool. So I really like the tarot, kind of the imaginative and the symbolic meaning of the tarot.
We have a question from the audience. Do you weld in the studio in Venice now?
Yeah, I do that in my property, on the garage apron. Nothing very, very glamorous. I try not to blow the neighbors up.
That's a good goal. And you've exhibited before with the Venice Art Crawl. That was your medal series for dogs, correct?
Yes, It was in the evening. They did the Venice Art Crawl. I've never done it before. And it was fun to see all the people.
And if people want to see your art, where's the best place for them to see it?
I show it at my house. I live on the Venice canals, and I have a continuing exhibit.
And let's just end over here with one of your favorite pieces.
Yeah.
Tell us about this one.
Well, he's a Shiva, and he has his crescent moon. He has the same stripes that Adidas has or Nike, because it came from the symbolic meanings of Shiva. And that's about it.
And somebody requested to see your studio. Should I just pan around the yard?
That would be upstairs. I'd be happy to show my studio, but
right now we're outdoors in the yard, so you'd have
Yeah.
a long walk up several staircases.
yeah.
But here's the empty dirt lot that's beside her house.
And this is the size I usually work. I'm working on a mermaid. It's that same Ronin paint, and then I have a unicorn with a girl riding a unicorn.
And these ones are done on metal, correct?
Yeah, these are metal that I cut out with a torch, which is a lot of fun. I really like oxyacetylene and cutting torch. Most powerful.
And there's a question from the audience. Are your pieces affordable? What do they sell at?
I don't have an answer for that. We'd have to talk.
And just looking to see if there's any more questions. And what would you like to say to the wonderful organizers of the Venice Art Crawl?
Oh, I'm honored to be included, and I thank them very much. Look forward to doing it again.
Thank you, Irma. The next artist coming up is Robin Mures. And don't forget to refresh your screen so that the next live stream will pop up for you automatically. And we'll just do a few more close-ups. If you have any pieces that you want to see closer, just let me know right now. We're about to sign off. And Irma, how long have you been living in Venice Beach?
For 20 years, if not more, 25 years.
And specifically, how has Venice Beach inspired your art?
I don't really know. It comes more from inward, I think, my art. Things, I never really thought of the environment inspiring me. From things I read, I used to be a psychologist. These are definitely speaking to people's emotional innards. Sadness that they may have experienced, desperation, especially in this time and space.
And somebody would like to know, how can people contact you? How do they find you if they want to come see your art in person, or perhaps purchase a piece, or see the other art that you worked on, your canvas and your metal work?
I guess you can text me at 310 390-8646.
Say that one more time.
310 390-8646.
Well, that's a direct line. No crank calls, please.
Actually, it's 904. You wouldn't get very far.
But Irma lives here on the Venice canals, and if you walk down the canals, you'll see her art. It's always on display. The community is very supportive of her. And no, she doesn't have a website. Someone from the audience asked if you had a website.
You're funny.
She's laughing in the background. Website? What? And so we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing Robin Muirs' work. And please refresh your screens. And don't forget to wish the Venice Art Crawl a happy 10th anniversary. Thank you so much, Sunny Bach. And don't forget Pinky Bach as well. Have a wonderful day and be safe.